how are you? So today is Sunday, March 14th. It is actually my birthday, and as you can see by the setup, I am officially in my new apartment, and I'm so happy and I'm so excited, and I can't wait to show you guys. I actually did do an apartment tour video that I want to put up. It's just that unfortunately the day that I moved in, the weather was like super gloomy, so I feel like it doesn't do my apartment justice. But I do plan on editing that and getting that up to you guys. And just now that I'm set up like in my new space, I want to just start rolling out more videos. So I can't wait to take you guys along for this journey with me, decorating with me, and just show you guys like stuff that I got for the apartment. But like I mentioned, today is my birthday. I just woke up, made myself some coffee, and my friends and I are gonna meet each other for brunch. Well, they're gonna come over and then we're gonna go get brunch. And I just think it's gonna be such a nice chill day. I'm 28 today, so I just feel super blessed to be in the position that I'm in the spot that I'm in. So I'm really happy, and I'm gonna actually like do my makeup and get ready later. So I'll take you guys along with that, and I'll kind of just like update you guys on this apartment and how I feel like I manifested this apartment, to be honest. It's great. But all right, I'll take you guys along with me, so I'll see you in a little bit. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm actually getting ready right now because I am gonna go to brunch with my friends today. Today is my birthday. I am 28 years old, Pisces season, and I just wanted to do my makeup on camera and kind of just update you guys about everything with my apartment, my space, and how I just feel like I manifested my apartment, to be honest. So today I'm actually going to be putting on foundation, which is a big deal because I usually don't wear foundation on my day-to-day like life, but it's a special occasion today, so I will be doing my foundation, and I'm going to be using this Tartelette Roasted palette that I showed before. I personally like to start with my eyes first, so I'm going to do that as like I just update you guys and explain to you guys what's been going on these last few weeks. So pretty much like these last 2 weeks have been like the most hectic week of like my life. I officially moved into my apartment on March 1st. So tomorrow, Monday, or whenever you're watching this, I guess today, will make it 2 weeks since I've been here. And I started the whole move-in process that weekend of like February 27th, 28th. So I was truly just running around like a madman. I had officially signed the lease for this apartment on February 5th. So pretty much from the 5th to the 28th, I was just using that time to like order stuff, take measurements, get furniture in, get my bed, get my couch, get my table. So I was just doing a lot. And then the actual day to move in came around, and that was just a lot. Honestly, I feel like people underestimate like just how much work moving is. And I always knew it was a lot of work, but at the same time, like I hadn't moved in years, you know, like my house that I was living in prior to moving, I moved in when I was 7, 8 years old, and I'm 28 years old now. So I was there for 20 years. So I've never had to move. I didn't even go away to college. So it was just like a lot to deal with and get adjusted with, but nonetheless, we are here, and I love my apartment so much. I am so happy, and this apartment is just like better than anything I could have like ever imagined. It's really nice because in a lot of ways, I do feel like I genuinely like manifested this apartment, and I manifested this space, and it's just, I don't know, it's just so crazy because I felt like this was such a long time coming. I actually did an apartment tour. Like the weekend that I was moving in, I filmed like a tour of my apartment. It's just that unfortunately, like that whole weekend, it was like a 3-4 day stretch of just like straight up rain and gloom. Like the weather was terrible. So I just feel like the quality of like the camera and like my apartment just didn't translate well. Like I just feel like my camera didn't translate well. I feel like my apartment, oops. I feel like my apartment, everyone's been texting me happy birthday. I feel like my apartment didn't translate well on camera. I mean, nonetheless, I could still put it up and show you guys, like it doesn't bother me, but in future videos, I feel like you guys will get to see like the true essence of the apartment and just like how beautiful it is. But if you guys are interested in seeing an apartment tour, let me know in the comments down below. And sorry for the lighting, like the sun is just like coming in and out, so if the lighting looks a little shady, sorry. But yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing an apartment tour, you could let me know in the comments down below and I'll put it up. But I am in a 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment in New York City. I don't know, I guess I'm kind of iffy about saying the location just because, you know, safety purposes, but let's just say like I'm literally I'm like touching New York City, so I'm pretty much in New York City. But anyways, I'm in a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and this apartment is just more than I could have ever imagined, to be honest. I'm gonna be using the NARS, what is this? Oh, All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. So what's funny about my apartment is prior to me getting it, I always knew that I wanted to live in this location, but this location is definitely like more on the expensive side. So when I told people, or you know, when I was just telling like friends and family that like I wanted to move here, the first response that I was always getting was like, oh, it's so expensive out there, like you're never gonna find anything in your price range. And at first I was just kind of like, yeah, you're right, like maybe I need to just like get over the idea of living in that area because this area is a little bit more expensive. But every time I came out here and I was just like in this area and like, you know, checking out the restaurants and just like everything about this area, it felt like home. Like I don't know how else to explain it. Like I had visited different parts of New York City, you know, Brooklyn, Manhattan, whatever, and just this specific area felt like home, you know? And I don't know if like any of you can relate to that. I feel like maybe some of you might be able to, but like, have you ever just been somewhere and just felt like, okay, this is where I need to be? Like that's how I felt about this area. And at first I was just like, oh, I don't know if I should do it. Like, you know, it is just a big jump from where I was normally living because I used to live out on Long Island. But like I said, it just felt like this is where I needed to be. I wanted something just like so vastly different from what I just grew up around, you know, like I wanted the city life. I wanted to experience walking to the grocery store and walking to run my errands and just being so close to like nice restaurants and bars. Like I just truly wanted a different pace, a different way of life, you know? Like I think if there's one thing COVID really made me realize is like life is truly too short and like you need to be living your life as if like tomorrow isn't promised. So if you're watching this video and like you're on the fence about like moving somewhere or taking that job or, you know, making that purchase, like go for it. I just like life is too short, you know? So I knew that this is where I wanted to be, and you know, I just felt like I was encountering like a lot of like negative people just saying like you'll never find anything in your price range out there, like, you know, you're bugging out if you really think that like you're gonna be able to move out there and find a 1-bedroom, 1-bath at that price, blah blah blah, all these things. And I didn't care. Like at the end of the day, obviously I was looking at the market and looking at like what the prices of the apartments were and what was offered in my price range. So I had a pretty good idea of what I could afford, but you know, I kept hope alive. I was like, look, this is what I want. I had my list of wants and then like non-negotiables, you know? So like a want is a washer and dryer and unit, but if I didn't get it, it wouldn't have necessarily been a deal breaker, you know what I mean? But the non-negotiable for me was definitely like the city views. Like that's something that I really wanted. You know, I wanted a tub. Like there were just certain things that like I knew I wanted and I didn't want to settle for. And that's like a big part of like what I want to like talk about in today's video, is just like, honestly, whatever you want for yourself and whatever you desire for yourself, I would say just like don't tell people, because a lot of people are just super negative and like they don't want to see you like win, or they don't want to see you like succeed. But not only that, like, okay, if you do decide you're going to tell somebody and you know you're telling them just out of happiness and also like in confidence, thinking that they're going to be happy for you, and you're met with just kind of like negativity or criticism, like screw them. Truthfully, like I just had to get to a place where like anybody who was telling me that like I was being unrealistic or I was never going to find anything in my price range, I was just literally like, one day a friend of mine told me that, and I was just like, look, if that's what you want to think and that's what you want to believe, that's on you, but I believe that I can find something in my price range. I don't feel like I'm being super totally unrealistic. Like I know what I can afford, I know what I want, I know what I'm looking for, and I believe that I could find it, period, you know? And a lot of that also just fell along the lines of like just trusting in the universe and like trusting that God was going to send me what I wanted, you know? So, you know, I essentially didn't let that discourage me. I continued to search, I continued to apartment hunt, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I saw some pretty shitty apartments. I saw some nice apartments, but then it's like when I got there and looked at the apartment, the layout was a little funky. I saw some apartments where they advertised it for one price, and then when I went and the people are showing me the apartment just miraculously jumped up like $400 more than what was online. So there was a lot of BS that like came with apartment hunting, and anyone who has looked for an apartment or even looked for a house, I feel like knows that like there's just a lot of BS that comes. It doesn't happen right away, you know? Like I was actively looking for an apartment, I want to say like starting literally the beginning of January, and I got lucky finding something so soon. Like I found my apartment in the beginning of February, but it doesn't always happen super fast, so you know, just keep that in mind. But you know, when it comes to like the manifesting part of this apartment, when I say I feel like I manifested it, so just like a quick backstory, I really got into like manifesting and like, you know, speaking words of affirmation, and like the energy that you put in, you get out. Like I got into that whole type of like vibe, I want to say back in like 2017. Like I really like started watching videos on like manifestation on YouTube and just the law of attraction. And you know, like what's funny is you're doing it. Like a lot of the times you're doing it and you don't even realize you're doing it. So when I first learned about it, I realized like, oh wow, Sophia, like this is something that like you'd been doing pretty much most of your life, but like you just never realized it, or like you never knew that was like the necessary, like the proper name or like term for it. But once I really like learned about it and like realized like it was like a thing, I feel like I really like honed in on that, and it's just kind of been my energy, you know? Like I truly do believe in like the energy that you put out into the world, you get back. I do believe in like positivity and like positive thoughts, and I'm not saying everything is going to be rainbows and flowers, because it's really not. Like there are some days that are just going to be like so frustrating and just like so ghetto and you're just going to be so fed up and tired. But I just think as long as you can keep like the bigger picture in mind, you're on the right track, you know? So I know for me, scripting was something that I like recently got into like within like the last year and a half, and my friend actually gave me like a little journal scripting book for Christmas about 2 years ago. So I was genuinely just using it all the time, down just things that I wanted for myself, and like also just writing it in present tense, like thank you God for my beautiful apartment. Thank you universe for sending me this, you know, whatever it is that you want and whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. Like, talk about it as if like it's already yours and it's already happened. And that's something that I did with my apartment. I was super specific about just the things that I wanted in my apartment, the location, what I desired, a security guard, a doorman, like just everything that, you know, I personally wanted in my apartment. I like wrote down, and I was thanking the universe as if like it was already mine and as if I already had it. Another big one for me was like visualization. So like at night, literally like almost every night, I would go to bed and I would just visualize like being in my apartment and like walking through the lobby, or like waking up in the morning and making my coffee and my matcha and just being so happy and just having such a sense of gratitude for just being in my space. And you really just have to feel that shit. Like when people say like act as if it's yours, envision it, feel it, and then like the biggest thing is just like letting it go, they aren't lying. Like you just have to really envision it, trust that it's yours, feel that it's yours, and just let it go to the universe. And that's pretty much what I did with my apartment. It's like I envisioned the apartment that I wanted. I trusted that I was going to be able to have it regardless of the naysayers, regardless of, you know, just any negativity that people were throwing my way. And I always ended all of my like thoughts and prayers and visualizations and manifestations with just like, thank you God for letting it happen. Like, I appreciate you, you know, and I just let it be. So when it came to my apartment, you know, like I said, I had been hunting for an apartment and I just truly wasn't really finding anything that I liked or that I like really wanted or that I felt like was worth the price that they were asking for. So one day, actually, I found my apartment online and I saw it, I saw the pictures, and then I saw the price, and I was almost just kind of like, this kind of seems a little like too good to be true. Now granted, you know, COVID got rent prices out here looking crazy, so, but crazy in a good way. So that obviously, you know, played a role in why the prices were super low. But still, like, I remember just feeling like, wow, like this apartment for this price, like, okay, maybe let me go check it out. Maybe the apartment is actually not that nice in person. Like, I was thinking everything that you can think of, because I was just kind of like, who knows, you know? But at the same time, I was also thinking, oh shit, like, Sophia, this could be like your dream apartment. Like, this could really be it. I opened the door and I just automatically was like, this is it. Like, I knew this was it, you know, the space, the way everything was laid out, the way the kitchen is here, the living room is here, the bathroom is here, like the layout was perfect, just the windows in the apartment was perfect. I loved everything. The bathroom, the mirror in the bathroom is just gorgeous. And I looked at her and I'm like, is this like, what's the price? And she's like, the price that you saw online. And I'm like, wait, you're sure? Like, there's no like added on extra, like none of that? And she was just like, no, like that's the price online. And also what I found amazing was when I looked at the apartment in the description, I remember that it said washer and dryer in building, right? So the washer and dryer, funny story, was one of those things where, if you remember in the beginning of the video, I said that it was a want but not necessarily a need. So a want for me would have been a washer and dryer in unit, but if I found an apartment that didn't have that, it wouldn't have necessarily been a deal breaker, right? But whenever I was like manifesting and envisioning my apartment, I always would envision a washer and dryer in the unit, because obviously I wanted it. So the description of the apartment had said that there was washer and dryer in the building. So I saw that and I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, washer and dryer in the building. So I come to the apartment and the first thing I see when I open the door is literally the washer and dryer stacked on top of each other outside of the closet, because they were just like fixing it. And I was like, there's a washer and dryer in unit? And she was like, yeah, it says in the description. And I was like, no, in the description it says washer and dryer in building. And she was like, oh, well, yeah, so pretty much my building, all the units have washer and dryers in them, but then they also have a floor with overstock like washer and dryers. This way, like, you know, if your washer and dryer ever happens to break and, you know, maintenance doesn't get a chance to fix it in time, or like you need to wash your clothes right away, you can just use those washer and dryers free of charge while they're like working on getting your washer and dryer in unit fixed. So that's why she was like, oh, you know what, that's probably why you saw that it said washer and dryer in building, which she's like, we do have it in the building, but all the units come with washer and dryers. And like, I don't know, I feel like to some people can hear that and just be like, okay, whatever. But like for me, like this goes back to what I mean when I say like manifesting. Like I was just like, look, I would love a washer and dryer in my unit. Like I would envision it. I would literally envision myself waking up on a Saturday morning and like tidying up the apartment and like cleaning my laundry and, you know, putting everything in the washer and the dryer sheets and like that whole 9 yards, you know. But at the same time, like I wasn't attached to that feeling. I wasn't attached to like, oh my God, if I don't get it, I'm gonna be so upset. To me, it was like, oh, that would be such a nice feeling, but it is what it is. So to just see the washer and dryer in unit, I don't know, it did something for me. And I just really, you know, I just feel like I can't stress enough just how much like your brain is like so powerful. I'm just gonna put on eyeliner. And I don't know, it's so crazy, but at the same time, like I said, it's just an amazing feeling when like you see all the stuff that you were like hoping for and praying for just like happen for you, you know. So, you know, I don't mean to go on a whole rant, but it's amazing. It's just amazing. And yeah, I don't know, it's amazing. Like your brain is powerful, and I just feel like if you're working towards like manifesting something, like you just have to already believe it's yours, honestly, because it really is already yours. And the sooner you understand that, the sooner the things that you want will come to you. Oh, and also I forgot to say, like in terms of budget, so, you know, once again, for just privacy reasons, I don't know if I really want to mention like my rent price, but I will say that not only did I find the apartment that I wanted, I found the apartment for $130 beneath my budget. So it was literally $130 less than the limit that I was willing to spend. So that also happened. But yeah, you know, guys, like the most important message is just work hard, you know, put in the work, obviously, but on top of just putting in the work, trust that what you want is already yours. Trust that the universe has your back and that good things will happen to you and good things will come your way. All right, sorry, I like lost the sunlight for a little bit, but okay. This is my hair, oh goodness, and this is my makeup. And I would show you guys my outfit, but I have like yet to buy a full-length mirror, but it's pretty much just like cute crop little sweater with jeans, nothing crazy. But yes, guys, that is my story about how I manifested my dream apartment. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys would like to see an apartment tour. But as always, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing, supporting, and watching. And I just can't wait to roll out new videos for you in my new space and just take you guys along the decorating process with me and just my new life and new adventures in the city. So thank you for watching, thank you for tuning in, and as always, I hope you guys take care of yourselves and have a good one. Bye.